My name is Nadia and I'm representing Eurocarers. So I work with informal carers, and this is
Ilenia. I work for Age Platform Europe, which is the European organization of and for older persons. And here in this project, indeed, we are representing both older adults and informal carers as the final users of MATUROLIFE. The biggest challenge for us, if I may say, was the issue of vocabulary, because we all came with our own background and we all had the same understanding, we thought, about, for instance, co-design. But we found out that throughout the process, it was not really as we thought, meaning that the researchers, the designers, and us as users, we had different perspective of what co-design was, and that was the first challenge that we found out. The methodology per se was differing, so the practices were, we had different tools through which we were inspecting the needs and the preferences of the users. And finally, well, at the very beginning we all were just discussing about the terms, like how do we implement co-design, but none of us really was digging into the concept per se. So we found out only at a kind of later stage that we had a different understanding of the vocabulary and therefore different practices in mind when we were thinking about co-design. Afterwards, things became plain, and of course this was easily coped by the fact that we were constantly exchanging. And I must say that also the design itself was helpful in that sense, because it helped to visualize our problems and our issues, and in that sense we could cope more easily with the services and the little prototypes and the sketching.
Well, I think that basically it is an essential part of the solutions that MATUROLIFE is trying to develop. So without co-design, you risk having a product that in the end will not actually meet or match the needs of the end user. So it's something that should be integrated in development processes, such as for these type of products.
Yeah, indeed, it helped because it was putting indeed more visual elements into the complexities of the framework and of the methodology. Instead of just dealing with the research side and the user side and try that dialogue, I think that the design helped with another layer and was helpful in conceptualizing and making visual the problems we had and possible solutions. So it added indeed another support to our discussion, which is not what we commonly have in other research projects of this kind. Design helps simplifying some tensions also, and help get to a common understanding of issues. Plus, sometimes the thinking outside the box help also reconceptualize some issues.
Well, then you would of course lose that aspect of user centricity, which we have experienced now, that's a very extremely important component, and that you have to constantly monitor that it is maintained throughout the product development process. So not only the design, but then actually more in the technological solutions. So this would be devastating for the end result if this is lost.
I wouldn't say that there were really challenges with, no, on the contrary, it's a positive point. It has been a positive experience for us so far. So no, indeed, not real challenges. Yes, indeed. Well, this is indeed the main part for us in the project. And we were really pleased to see how older persons were considered as experienced co-researchers across the process. We love to see that they were appreciated for the added value they could bring, and they themselves, they appreciated a lot on the other hand side to be at the driving seat. So they were pleased in seeing that they were able to shape part of the research thanks to their input. And they were so much eager of that they were volunteering for that, for being part of the workshop, for following up afterwards the activity in the project. Not that we will change, probably we would like to have more design involved in the project and in other kinds of projects, because we see the benefit from it. Not only in terms of methodology, but also of involving people. Design brings a layer of tangibility, we were discussing before. So a positive feature that we saw beneficial not only for the more sterile part of research process, but also in the involvement with external stakeholders. It was about older persons and informal carers during the workshops.
Well, I think it's definitely interesting to involve older people and informal carers in these type of design projects. They feel that they are involved from the very beginning to seeing the final outcomes of the project. So that gives them a sense of a purpose as well, and meaning, and I think that they like to contribute when possible in providing their experience and their expertise. I think it's a really co-beneficial approach.